So back in early 2017 on this channel, I covered some amazing new cases for the Amiga 1200. Now this was a project by A1200.net to bring updated multicoloured cases for the Amiga, as many of the original cases had either turned that horrible yellow colour over time, which affects lots of retro systems, and you can of course retro bright them, but obviously that does tend to revert back, as we've seen in recent years, or the plastic becomes brittle and broken over time. And of course, lots of Amiga fans just like modding their systems and making them look unique. Now these cases were really popular, and the team also made replacement cases for the other most popular model of the Amiga, the legendary A500. So a lot of people have had these high-quality replacement injection molded cases in their possession for a couple of years now, but one of the main questions on my videos and in forums I see is, what about the keyboard? It's all well and good having a brand new cool-looking case for your Amiga, but if your keyboard still looks like a faded, yellowed mess, it does kind of ruin the look somewhat. And luckily, our prayers have been answered. Now the same team at A1200.net did run a Kickstarter around the same time, all the way back in early 2017, and it has taken admittedly a little bit longer than the team expected, but finally you can get new keycaps for your Amiga. They've arrived, and today we're going to take a look at them. Now Amiga keyboards have always been a little bit tricky to replicate. Obviously the layout of Amiga keyboards is a custom design, and it's got keys that you'll only find on the Amiga, like the two A keys and the help key for example, which is not standard on PC keyboards. Over the years, people have used many solutions to get their own customized keyboard, including just putting stickers on standard PC keyboards, and modders who wanted to paint their Amiga 1200 black, which seemed to be a very common modification over the years, usually hijack keys off the CD-TV keyboard, which was a black variant of the standard Amiga layout, which has meant, for that reason, CD-TV keyboards have become extremely rare in recent years. Luckily, these new keycaps come in many different colours, and they even have a colour matching simulator on their website, so if you want to see which combinations of their cases and keycaps will go well together, it's definitely worth a look, and some of these combinations look gorgeous. And I've been sent two sets for review in this video, probably the two most common sets. One set of black keycaps, and the other is the standard white colour that you'll find on the Amiga 600, 1200 and 4000. And when you open the box, they all come together on these nice plastic sheets, which is a nice touch and obviously a lot nicer than just throwing all the keycaps together in a bag or something like that, as you instantly get a closer look at what high quality these new keycaps are. Now on their website and on the Kickstarter, they do go into a bit of detail about how these new keycaps have been made. So they're not 3D printed or anything like that. They've actually got videos showing the process of them creating new molds and the CNC tooling machine, which carves the keycaps out. And they even use a pad printing technique, which is kind of antiquated now, but they've had to kind of relearn this and bring it back again. And it was the same way that Commodore printed the symbols and letters on their keycaps. So it does mean these new keycaps look really similar to the originals, and I've got to say the quality of them is just incredible. So what you'll find here is a full 108 keycap set, and they're made to suit the various different Amiga keyboard layouts, as we did have kind of different keyboard layouts for different regions and languages, and some machines had different size return and shift keys, and the Amiga 600 in particular used a few keys of different sizes. Now they do include extra keys, so these work on the most common Amiga keyboards. And we should just state that these will not work with all models of the Amiga keyboards, but luckily they are made to work with the Mitsumi hybrid switches, which are by far the most common type that you will find. But if you need to check, all you need to do is pop off a key on your keyboard and then have a look at what it looks like underneath. And if it looks like this, then you're in business. And in the box you'll also get a full set of springs, which are designed to go underneath the keys to make them go up and down, and a few of these little stabilizer holders for the longer keys on the keyboard, like the spacebar and the tab keys and the shift keys, that actually have these little bars in them. And, quite handily, they also include a key removal tool, which makes it a lot easier to remove keys from your Amiga keyboard, as my method before this was really just putting a flathead screwdriver underneath the key, but I have actually cracked a few keys on keyboards in the past doing this, so including this tool makes it a lot easier. Now, I have seen a few people complaining that it can be quite hard to remove the keycaps from this plastic tray, and I was watching Amiga Bill's brilliant video about these keycaps, and he suggested putting a small screwdriver on the underside of the plastic and just pushing the keys out, and that's a solution that actually works really well. Now, luckily, none of my Amigas are actually particularly yellowed, but I did decide to give this a try on my Amiga 600, as I've not actually seen anybody showing these new keycaps on an Amiga 600 just yet. So if I take my original keycaps off, and then we do a magic jump cut here, what a difference it makes. Hopefully that will come out on camera, but yeah, they do look a brilliant white colour. And it does take a bit of time to remove all of your old keycaps and replace them with these. You know, it's not difficult or anything like that. It's just a bit boring. So what you'll probably want to do is, stick a good podcast on or a YouTube video while you do it, and you'll find you get it done in no time at all. So really, there's not much more I can say, really. These are keycaps, not the most exciting things in the world, but giving your Amiga a new from the factory look, or even customizing your machine with the different casing and key colors they have is incredible. And also, like I said before, it's much preferable to attempting retro brighting, which can work, but as a lot of people have seen over time, there is evidence that retro brighting can reverse and also make the plastic on your keyboard and machine go a little bit more brittle. So you might be watching this thinking, I'd love to get some of those keycaps for my Amiga. Shame I missed that Kickstarter all the way back in 2017. Well, the good news is they've actually just started a brand new Kickstarter. So if you do want to get some of these keycaps for your Amiga, I jump on this as soon as you can, and I'll put a link to their new Kickstarter that is running right now in the video description. So again, just like those Amiga 1200 cases I reviewed a couple of years ago on my channel, this is another amazing product from the crew at A1200.net. And really something that the Amiga community has been crying out for as long as I can remember. And I must say, I am really pleased that people won't have to butcher CDTV keyboards anymore. Just get a black case and some of the black keycaps for your stealth Amiga 1200. So if you do want to find out more about these keycaps and the cases too, I will put all the links that you need in the video description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next vid.